Hello and welcome to another episode of my Motogp 19 career mode, and today we're here for round 7, the season finale of the Red Bull Rookies Cup. And if you haven't seen the last episode, I do urge you to go check it out. It was an amazing episode. It was a really massive implication to the championship, so go check it out. I'll go into obviously what happened now. We are now leading the championship after another win, so 2 wins in a row at Austria and at Misano there. David Salvador crashed on the first lap. He crashed on the inside curb and then his bike slid into us, which luckily we didn't fall off from. Then we managed to hunt down Yuki Kuni and take the lead of the race after an outstanding qualifying session. And that put us up to the lead of the championship by 7 points to David Salvador and third to Carlos Tate. So I think I accidentally mistakenly said that I couldn't come third to Kuni, which I can. I can come third to Kuni. It's Tate and Salvador I can't come third to. So just to clear that up, I'm not sure if I did say that wrong, but I remember saying it, something like that, so just correcting myself, just covering it off. But without further ado, let's head into Aragon. Remember last year on Motogp 18, that was a very good race for us, so hopefully the same can happen here. So we are going into the garage now for the season finale. I am hyped. I really want to win this championship because, you know, at the start of the season I was completely lost. I didn't think I was going to have a chance, but you know, these last few races I've been building some momentum. I've got the starts down now. It's not, you know, it's fixed. The bug shouldn't happen anymore. You get a good start, which is always nice. I will probably, and yeah, I said if you're wondering about how I fixed the starts, I said it in the Austria video, so do go check that out. I probably have made an announcement about it before that anyway, just because I want to help everybody else out. It's unfair that this bug exists in the game. So everyone else is playing Red Bull Rookies, just help them out there. But let's head out onto track for our qualifying lap. Now this is a track I actually haven't played on this new game. I mean, I'm sure it's exactly the same as last year probably, but the tracks have sort of been remodeled, so they are a little different in places. The textures are all better on the tracks and the lighting is all better as well, so it's always nice. We're about to cross the line to start our lap. And turn 1, that is a treacherous braking turn, I must say. In fact, I think that curb is much longer actually. Usually it's a lot shorter. Because I think I used to brake at the start of the curb. If I was braking there, it'd be a bit early, wouldn't it? Through turn 1, that was actually a pretty good turn 1 to be fair. Coming through turn 2. Rouge stays out the way, thank you Rouge. Really appreciate that. Actually, would it be Rouge A because it's got the accent? That's not going to French. We've heard my French before when I'm playing Le Mans. And I don't want to offend anyone because my French pronunciations are awful and I haven't done French in over a year, so I can't remember any of the words either, so that's always fun. Round wide into turn 7 there. Achi is in front of us. Still a bit annoyed at him. Austria hit me wide in one of my qualifying laps. I mean, in the end it didn't matter because I won the race anyway. I mean, I didn't qualify on pole either, so, but he did hit me wide and it did annoy me a bit. But I think this time he's going to stay out of my way, is he? No, I think he's going to try and close me down, so I'm just going to dive from his inside instead anyway. There we go. He tried to close me down to the curb, which he did, but then he also got a touch for it, so, you know, he got his karma. Braking for turn 12 now, clipping the apex. This track actually does look quite different, so the lighting does make a massive difference at this track in particular, definitely. I think it might be slightly differently modelled, although I could be wrong. It does look a bit different, although I'm pretty comfortable with this track. Ran a bit wide, bumping over the curb. Remember the AI's exits out of there were not great on last year's game, so I don't know if this is going to be the same or whatever. Down towards the last corner now. You've got to watch out you don't lose the front. It's very easy to trail too much brake into this braking zone, or just run really wide and carry too much speed in. And I think we've actually about done it right. Actually, we've taken a decent amount on the throttle mid-corner. Not going to run too wide either. It's always easy to do on one of the lightweight bikes. You can sort of carry the corner speed through. Coming up towards the line, what is that time going to be? 2:05.162. So once again, I have no idea if that's a good lap, but I'll head into the pits and see, you know, where we are in a couple minutes' time. Okay, so with around 5 minutes to go, this is what qualifying is looking like. Currently, we're on pole by 7.6 seconds. But if you remember back to last episode, we were on pole by a massive margin. But then the AI had pretty much the same race pace as us. So I think there is a bit of a bug with the qualifying times. Definitely, obviously, some of them have been extremely fast and some of them have been extremely slow. And the AI have been pretty yo-yo-y from track to track. It's not been fantastic, but I think it's probably just Red Bull Rookies just a little bit rough around the edges. I think the others are probably all okay. But it's our final race in Red Bull Rookies anyway, so we shouldn't have to deal with this too much longer. I just hope that it's a fun race. And oh, actually, Jason Dupasquire is now only 3.7 seconds off, so they are doing their better lap times. So I'll just skip to the end of the session now, because I don't need to go out and do another lap and see where we end up. Hopefully we are still on pole, but you never know.
That brings an end to this qualifying session, and after a thrilling contest where the riders gave their all right up until the end, we can finally find out the name of the rider who will start from pole position tomorrow.
So once again we are on pole, and by quite a big margin, 3.9 seconds, pretty massive. And then another massive gap back to David Salvador, Yuki Kuni and Barry Boltus. But yeah, I think it's just one of those things, just like at Misano, where the AI are going to have much better race pace than they did qualifying pace. So I am relishing the challenge, and hopefully we can have a nice battle for the final episode of Red Bull Rookies. Without further ado, let's head into the race. Hopefully it's a good one.
A few minutes to go, then today's race will begin. Right now, we're at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
Yes, so we are here now on the grid. Let me change my tyres, don't want to be on these old tyres from qualifying. There is one of our title rivals, David Salvador. And I didn't see where Carlos Tate qualified, but I'm assuming he's pretty quite far down the order. Max Cook in 18th position there. Obviously, he'll be our teammate technically, because he'll be in the British variant of the team. Being interviewed once again, obviously that's the generic cutscene. But we are on pole once again, so I think that is that 3 or 4 poles now? It's quite a few. We've been on pole quite a few times. I know we've won 3 races so far, and we won one of them from Assen. We were on pole. Yeah, it's Austria we went on pole for. So we've had 3 race wins, 2 poles. Well, we've actually had 3 poles now with this one. So 3 poles, 3 races wins. So let's try and make it 4.
The final riders have taken their place on the starting grid, and everything is ready to start the race. Just a few seconds to go, and the lights at the Aragon track will signal the start of the race.
Yes, I am looking forward to this race. I am actually pretty hyped about this. So down to neutral to first once again. Waiting for the lights to go out. Lights out and away we go. So a decent start off the line there. We've already been overtaken though by, well, I think it's Jason Dupasquire. Going to turn 1, try not to get hit by Salvador. We've ran a bit wide. So Salvador will have probably got the run. Oh, he's having a bit of contact though with Dupasquire. We've gone around the outside of Dupasquire to up into second place, and this is currently a championship winning position. We are able to come second to Salvador because of the lead we've got, but we've got an amazing run on him. To the left hand side of him we go, up into the lead of the race. I've gone in really hot there, and we're giving that place back. Obviously we sort of overtook him off the circuit. Oh, he's now blocking us again. It's like Austria, we had the weird contact. But we've dropped that down into second, obviously. Like I said, we did overtake him off circuit, so it was only fair to let him back through. On the throttle we go. He's had a terrible exit. We're right hand side, mirror signal manoeuvre. Alex S. Craig has crashed, but into the backwards corkscrew, turn 8. Is he going to try and run it around the outside, hitting the brakes through turn 9? Isn't one of these named after Marc Marquez now? Oh, massive contact, Salvador's off! Salvador's down as well though! Salvador's had us both off, and I'm getting back on the bike, swerving around Salvador. That could be massive, we could lose the championship. I'm not sure where Tate is in this race. We are down to 13th behind Max Cook now. This has been, whoa, this I did not expect this in a million years to happen, but two of the title rivals have collided, and that could leave the other one, so we have to get up into second place. That's the only place we can be secure, but I don't think Tate's winning, so that's helping us out. But we're up into 9th place now. Luckily we did have massive pace at this track, but we are so far behind the leaders now. Oh, almost having a look up the inside of Agi. Had a good past Mario, flying past him. I do really like his name. It's a cool name. I believe his first name's Mario, isn't it? So his name's Mario Agi. It's a cool name. Actually, I do like that one, must say. There is actually some quite cool good names in this category, must say. Obviously, I know people don't really, well, parents pick people's first names, but you know that some cool last names. Obviously, there's Van der Gerberg as well. Which is a name we haven't seen for a long time. But Cooney leads. Tate is second at the minute, so that's not what we want. Jason Dupasquire third. Hopefully we can get our way up into third and just hope. Oh, I've run in hot though into the first corner. Oh dear. Luckily that's tarmac runoff, not gravel. Oh, we could have crashed over that curb though. We've got to push as hard as we can. We want to pass these guys. in front of us. I've got to get up into third place and just hope that Tate doesn't win, because that would be the championship. I'm not sure what's got into Salvador in these last couple of races, but apparently he's forgotten how to ride his bike. And the front two are easing away at the front, but we are absolutely catching up to the others. So unfortunately I don't think it's going to be another win today. Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry I made those noises, but you see what the bike did on the curve there. Beautiful exit compared to some of the AI here. Past Fallon around the outside of, well, we couldn't quite get around the outside of Noguchi here. I don't want to have another crash in this section of the track, so I'm watching out. But we're back up to 7th place. Up into 6th now. So I can see the podium. The podium is in sight. I think we should be able to get 3rd pretty without any worries. It's just worrying about Tate taking the lead. That's the main problem. And we're not going to catch up to the leaders. They've got a big gap. We haven't got that much pace over them, especially in race trim. Obviously in qualifying, yeah, we would catch them, but in race trim, they've got a lot more pace. I've gone in hot into turn 14. That's a shame. So that was pretty good. Hopefully we don't have a collision with this rider here. They've gone around the outside of us. So Barry Baltus it is. Barry Baltus in a pretty good position there. Jason Dupasquire still in 3rd place. I hope we can get him. I'm trying to pass Baltus here. Down towards the last corner. Will we pass Dupasquire into the last corner? That's the true question. No, we're not going to do that. Didn't think we would, but it's always a possibility. Especially when we have this amount of pace over him. We might pass him coming out the last corner though. We've got a good run. Cooney leads, Tate second. Or Tate second, sorry, should I say. Up into 3rd place. In the brakes to turn 1. Dupasquire comes back, but he goes in a bit hot. We're at the inside of him. Have we got the move done? Yes, we are. Back up into 3rd place. But unbelievable scenes here. I'm just really nervous about Carlos taking the lead now. Salvador's up into 8th again. So obviously he can come through a pack because he crashed last time and dropped down into last and then finished last. He never got back up into the points or anything. I think his AI bugged out after he crashed, but this time, obviously, once again having another, well, he collided with me last time, but that wasn't the reason he crashed. He crashed and then hit me afterwards. But this time he's collided with me again, and we've both gone down. I'm glad that he also went down, because he would have been in the lead of the race otherwise. So I'm glad that we both went down. I'm trying hard to catch these front two, but I don't think it's possible. And I am catching them, but not by enough. Well, I think I'm catching them anyway. I feel like I am. So yeah, that's enough for me. It's enough to get me going, keep me going, you know. Tate 3.6 in front. Maybe we're not catching them. I don't know. I think I'm going to go hot into 12. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay, surprisingly. This is probably a section where we can catch up a bit of time to them. But also not going to catch 3.6 seconds in a lap in a bit. I've just got to hope that Tate does seem a little bit too far behind to attack. We've just got to hope that Cooney can hold on for this win. 3.8 seconds behind, so we're losing a bit of time. It's like when we used to have the starts and we started just far behind. It's difficult to get past, it's difficult to catch them once they've got the gaps. We're going into the last corner. About to start the final lap. All I can do is pray at this point. We've not really exited that in the best gear. There you go. Tate is still in second. I keep calling him Tate. I don't know why. Like, it's just a weird thing I keep doing there. But Carlos Tate in second. Yuki Cooney in first. I'm in 3rd position. I mean, Tate's got to have a go surely for the championship. He's, you know, Salvador's now up to 4th place. Really, ideally, it'd be better if these two just came to blows and I just won the race, but I don't think it's going to happen. Well, hang on. They have just leaked a lot of time. I think one of them ran wide. Because all of a sudden I've gained multiple seconds on them. We're now 1.8 seconds behind. So perhaps that's where the lap time was being dropped. Seems like actually Tate is just losing massive amount. In fact, they're both losing massive amounts of time. What is this? They are leaking time. Perhaps tyre wear's got them? I don't know. But look at this. We've got up from 3.6 or 3.8 I think it got to at one point. So if we continue catching at this rate, we'll win. I think it might be... I think there's probably a little bit of a bug as once they get in sight, they seem to go a bit slower. We're now down to 1.6. I've cut that inside corner. Oh, good job I didn't crash again. So that would have been tragedy. We've just got to hope that Carlos Tate doesn't go for any move on Yuki Kuni, although he's close enough. He's definitely got to try, hasn't he, for his own championship's sake. But this lap, we've caught so much time up onto them. We have lost a bit of time for that section again. I think he's trying to pull alongside him. Is Tate going to go for the move at the last corner to win the championship? It would be scenes, but he can't quite do it. He can't do it. He hasn't passed Cooney there. Cooney has not cracked under any pressure, but we have caught massive time. Another lap and we would have won this race, I think. But out of the last corner, up towards the line, Yuki Cooney wins, and I come home in third, which should be a championship winning position after that contact with Salvador.
Complete a victory lap. Let's check out the final race ranking.
So in the end then, we actually had the fastest lap by 1.2 seconds. I'm guessing that was probably set on that last lap maybe. It was a pretty scintillating lap. We were miles in front of everyone else. David Salvador was 12 seconds behind us. We were only 2 seconds off the lead in the end, so we did bring down that gap quite substantially. But luckily for us, Carlos Tate couldn't bring home the victory. So even though we couldn't get any better than third place, we didn't lose the championship because of it. So Yuki Cooney wins the race ahead of Carlos Tate in second place. I end up in third, David Salvador in fourth place, and Jason Dupasquire in fifth. So let's head on to the championship and see how the final results end up. So in the end, I win the championship by 4 points ahead of Carlos Tate, who moves up to second position. David Salvador moves down to third, 10 points down. Yuki Cooney was only 3 points away from Salvador in the end. So what looked like a dominant championship for Salvador unravelled in the last 2 rounds of the championship, really, didn't it? He had a good points lead going into Misano, and he just unravelled it in the last 2 races. Yuki Cooney ends up 4th place, and Marcus Urate does beat Lorenzo Fallon to 5th in the championship. They've both been scrapping about the whole season. Let's go through the whole standings, shall we? Since it's the last race of the season. So Lorenzo Fallon obviously in 6th place, Jason Dupasquire in 7th after that pretty strong. I think did he get 5th in the end? Barry Baltus in 8th place, Haruki Naguchi in 9th, Alex Eskrigg in 10th, Matteo Bertelli in 11th, Mario Aji, so it is Mario, he's from Indonesia. He is, yes, I do like his name, it's a good name. Clement Rouget moves up to 13th, Max Cook moves down to 14th, Zonta van der Gerberg stays 15th, Artem Marev in 16th. There's a big discrepancy there, and then Aiden Leinberg in 17th place, and the non-scorers being Nicolas Hernandez, Noah Detweiler, Gavin Planquez, Billy Van Erde, Tyler Scott, Philip Ton, Adrian Huratas, Daijiro Sacco, Pedro Acosta, and that is it, all 26 riders. So let's head into Parc Ferme and see if we get any. Well, we should actually have some stuff in the Career Hub now, because obviously it'll be the end of the season. But I might sort that out in the next episode of Career Mode. Hopefully we'll get a little cutscene maybe because we've won. I don't know. I actually didn't win the Red Bull Rookies Championship last year, so I don't know what happened. So I don't even know what happened last year, so I don't know what happens this year either. But yeah, we'll head into the cutscenes and see what happens.
Making the podium is always a positive result, but it's also true that this rider could have gone further today. It's definitely a result though, which bodes well for future races.
So yeah, obviously we could have gone further because we would have won if we hadn't been knocked off, but there you go. That's just part of racing, isn't it? Oh, hang on. What's this cutscene? That was a cool cutscene, I like that. Definitely like that. Let's see if we get any extra reputation for winning. It doesn't look like we do, actually. So we get 245 points for qualifying on pole, 324 for coming third, and then 330 bonus points, and then, so in total in the weekend we get 899, and in total we have 7,453. Okay, we do. We get 734 for finishing first in the championship, so that's pretty good. So every motorcycle fan has a favourite brand, a bike that can make their hearts sing by just hearing the roar of the engine. Choose your favourite team and one you aspire to race with once you reach the top of Motogp that you'd like to win the championship with. Ooh, decisions. So basically we're picking a team that we strive for. So you can't actually pick a satellite team anyway, but I wasn't going to pick a satellite team. I'd pick Yamaha, I would. That's what I would go for. But it's a transfer window here, so we have to pick a team here. So we get to either stay with Red Bull Rookies, which, no, I'm obviously not going to do that. So we can either go with the Petronas Sprinter Racing team, the Angel Nieto team, Sama Qatar Angel Nieto team, the Grassini team, or the Marinelli Snipers team. Well, they're not Marinelli anymore, are they actually? So they're interested in offering me a contract for the next season. We're not looking for a victory in the short term, instead we're looking for a rider to help us develop our bike and aim better results as soon as possible. We also expect you to achieve at least 25th in the championship. And the Angel Nieto team is interested in offering you a contract for next season. We need a rider who can guarantee us constant placings and keep us in the point zone. We expect you to achieve at least 15th in the championship. Grassini is interested in offering you a championship contract for next season. The team is looking for a rider who puts in solid performance and can fight for the top 10 every race. We also expect you to achieve at least 10th. This one's Snipers are offering a contract for next season. They're looking also for a top 10 every race XP. So it's basically between these two here, I would say. Although it wouldn't be too bad to be in Petronas Sprinter Racing. But I think, obviously I went with Marinelli Snipers last year. Obviously these aren't Marinelli Snipers anymore, they're just Snipers. They're just called Snipers because they're not signed by Marinelli anymore, I don't think. Ooh, decisions. I don't know which team to go for here, but I think I'll go with the Grassini team, since they did bring Martin to the championship, didn't they, in real life in 2018. So we signed for Grassini Moto3. So welcome to them. So it's showing me Rodrigo and Riccardo Rossi, our two teammates. Kind of allows you to start next weekend and see what future races await you. You can also see previous race rankings and configure Grand Prix sessions here. The calendar also allows you to check the transfer windows and MotoGP winter tests are. Let's talk about the leaderboards. Yeah, it's telling me this again. Career progress, you see objectives again, and then R&D. Yeah, so it's all the same stuff as the season's news. Right, so we'll leave it there then. We won't start the Moto3 Championship until the next race. So I hope you've enjoyed that episode. It's a pretty good race in the end. Obviously we did have a bit of contact with Salvador, but that's going to happen then sometimes. It is racing, like I said. But I hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the day. Hope you're looking forward to this Moto3 Championship that's coming up next. And I shall see you in the next video.